Cool. Yeah, the Caroline Guitar Company Shigeharu. It's a really sweet fuzz pedal. And in this video, I just want to share with you a couple of my favorite settings. I'm going to use my PRS McCarty, my custom shop Strat back there, 2 different amps, so you can hopefully get a good idea of what this might sound like on your own rig, or if you're someone that has a couple different rigs, what it'll sound like across everything. It's quite unique fuzz circuit, so it starts with an op amp, then we've got a BC184 transistor, followed by another one of those, finally another op amp. So a unique sound, and it ends up coming up with a fuzz sound that's a little bit reminiscent maybe of a Big Muff type fuzz tone, except the cool thing is that you're not going to lose that mid content that Big Muffs are notorious for losing. So when you engage it, you're not going to be lost in the band mix. We have 2 different knobs here to control the tone. If you don't know what the symbols mean, I'm not really sure either, but I can tell you what they sound like. First one, that one's actually self-explanatory. That's volume. Then we've got gain here. I can actually hear somewhat. Sounds like right around the time that it hits 9 o'clock-ish, there's kind of like a click. Maybe there's maybe it finally cascades into another transistor or op amp at that point. But kind of some cool low, mid, low overdrive tones in the low setting. And then plenty of fuzz as you get higher. And then we've got what they call a body control, which is going to fill in a lot of the low end that you need. And then this one is your standard tone control. This little middle knob in the center, you can use that to control the blend of the octave in. Now there's a few ways you can set up this pedal. The octave up dial here is just a way to blend in an octave tone. So there's a parallel octave up fuzz tone running in parallel, like I said, with the normal fuzz tone, and this is just a blend, so you can blend it in there if you like. This switch here, in the normal setting as it comes from the factory, it's a momentary switch, so you can use it to engage the octave up, release it, and it'll turn the octave up off. You can't latch it, unfortunately, but you can open up the back and switch a switch on the inside, which will turn this into a kill switch, and it will make the octave up circuit always on. Now luckily this is a blend, so if we don't want the octave up circuit, we just turn it down like I had in the beginning of the video, and that's just a normal plain fuzz tone. You can blend it into taste, or you can max it out, and there's your octave up fuzz. So 2 different kind of fuzz pedals in one. We've got 2 amps set up here. The first, a Mesa Boogie Express, that's what you just heard. It's a Trainwreck style amp. I've set it up a little bit dirty, which this fuzz works excellently into. And it's being mic'd with a Shure SM7B and a Sennheiser MD421. And then we've got a very clean amp over there. That's the Supro 1622 Tremoverb. And that's being mic'd up with a Beyerdynamic M88 and a Sennheiser E609. So we'll get to hear what this sounds like going into a dirty amp and a clean amp. I'm going to switch guitars here to the Strat, and we'll hear what that sounds like into the Mesa. Yeah, there's some settings for a single coil guitar. Pretty wicked. I actually have the octave up dialed in about halfway. I find that any further on a single coil guitar, it ends up getting really bright. I've also boosted the bass on the amplifier to help out, make it still sound a little full. thing just sounds awesome on the middle pickup. If you're enjoying this video, hit the like button, the subscription button. Stay tuned for more stuff like this. This video is part of a series where I'm just walking through my entire collection of overdrive, fuzz, distortion, maybe a compressor or two, those type of pedals, and I'm sharing with you some of my favorite settings with these two amps, stuff that I'm using in my studio when I'm doing remote recording work, and anyway, lots more stuff like this video in the future. So at this point, I'm plugged into the Supro. I've turned down the bass a lot because it's naturally a pretty warm sounding amp, and I've introduced plenty of the body control here. So that'll bring in a lot of the low end that we're missing from the amp's EQ. I think it sounds pretty cool. We've got a lot of high mid content here with the tone knob, and then the overdrive is set pretty low actually. So I've cranked the tone knob all the way up, cut the body control back a little bit, added some gain, and I also blended in some of that octave up tone again on the bridge pickup with the tone knob control rolled all the way back on the guitar. So that's a pretty interesting sound you can get. Kind of reminds me of ZZ Top a little bit, and not something I could do with a Big Muff ever. So if you dug this video, please share it with a friend, hit the like button, check out some of the other videos I have on my channel in this similar fashion. Like I said, this is part of a video series. I'm just kind of running down all my favorite overdrive pedals in my collection, all my favorite sounds I can get out of them, and I hope you dig one of those ones too. Anyway, take care. See you in the next one.